watch it live as well there. And if you have a question or want to join in on the conversation, give us a call at 312-754-4333. So I'm in the studio right now by myself. I am expecting Mr. Cortez Watkins, who is the Director of Education for Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternities Incorporated Project Alpha Mentoring Program. So I'm expecting him to either call in or get here after his meeting. But in the meanwhile, we are going to talk about the news that professionals are discussing. And if you are not talking about that the Democratic winning Alabama for the U.S. Senate race, then I don't know what you are talking about. It was on pins and needles last night for everybody to try to see who was going to win. And it was definitely a stunning upset for this party to have a rare victory in a deep, historically Republican state, and thereby weakening the GOP Senate majority. So the opponent, Roy Moore, who hasn't yet conceded the race, had been the front runner up until a month ago when those sexual misconduct allegations emerged. And as we've been talking, everybody, you know, the sexual assaults, allegations, molestation, whatever it is that individuals are doing and attacking women, and apparently men, as well as young boys, that they are having an issue, and that information is coming out at this point in time. And so no matter who you are, this is definitely something that is a concern. Now, also in the news, the House and the Senate leaders say they have reached a deal on the final version of the bill that could reshape the U.S. tax code for decades. And so, according to the Wall Street Journal, the agreement lowers top individual rate from today's 39.6% to 37% and sets a 21% corporate rate. House and Senate Republicans are working, quote unquote, behind closed doors to iron out all the last details of the plan, which they hope to put to vote next week. In the news, delivery startups are growing and have Amazon to thank. I know a lot of people, they put their books on Amazon, their businesses, their products, and everything on Amazon, and obviously it is working. So to defend themselves against Amazon, Whole Foods, the U.S. grocery store chain, has embraced a delivery service, such as Shipt, S-H-I-P-T, which expects to bring in $1 billion in revenue in 2018. And Instacart, which will close out the year in more than 170 markets. The delivery industry remains rife with opportunity. Roughly 10% of the $800 billion grocery industry is predicted to move online, but only 2% has shifted so far. Now, is there anybody out there that is either listening to me or watching on Facebook that has used any of the grocery online shipping organizations like Peapod, or if Whole Foods, have had those things shipped? Because actually they are quite convenient. I know Walmart has a pickup where you can order it and then just come and pick it up. And so if you haven't done it, if you've done it, I just want to know what your thoughts are behind it, because they are quite simple and easy, as well as convenient, right? If you don't want to stand in line. And I think the biggest issue I've ever heard from anybody is what? They're not going to know how to pick out something for me. What I want, the freshest fruit, I want the best slice of meat, that kind of thing. And what I want to tell you is this. Just think about it as if you were a business owner. If I am trying to convince people who walk in the store to now stop coming in the store and ordering everything online, what do you think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to get you the best fruit available. I think I'm going to get you the best cut of meat available, because otherwise you're going to tell me or return the product and say, I can go do this all by myself. That's just a thought. All right, so now Apple plans to release its most powerful computer yet on Thursday. It's called the iMac Pro, and that is a response to developers and creatives who wanted a more powerful Apple option. And it is expected to start off, where's the drum roll please? $4,999. And as little Brandon would have been learning in fifth grade math, that means $5,000. Round that up, okay? So the launch comes, the tech giant tries to fend off efforts by Microsoft, which is now LinkedIn's parent, to win over creative professionals through its Surface line. Apple is doing a full rethink of the Mac Pro. All right, so idea of the day. If you're not achieving your goals, it may be because you're seeking perfection, says Rudolph Rosenberg, the CFO of FinTech startup. There's a lot of beauty in imperfection because that's how you achieve significant goals. You start small, you learn, you grow, and will get closer to perfection than your goal was to start with, than if that was your goal to start with. So, as they say, nobody's perfect, right? You've heard that 1,000 times. Nobody is perfect. And I understand that Mr. Cortez is on the call. Hello, Mr. Cortez, how are you?
Hello, how are you, Sarah?
I'm good. I'm thanking you for joining in with us at this time. Are you on your way, or are we just going to talk with you by phone today?
I don't think I'll make it.
You don't think you'll make it? Okay. All right, well, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't looking out for you and that everybody will not be able to see your handsome face on the show, but...
Oh, yes, they're missing out too. I'm so sorry.
They're missing out, and I'm hoping that my Facebook and YouTube watchers are able to hear Mr. Cortez, because I do have a speaker in the room. Somebody let me know if you are able to hear him or if it needs to come up a little bit louder. But as we speak, hello everybody that's tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and I think all of the other ones. Don't forget to go and like us at Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it. We are on all of those stations at Bertina Power and then at UBM. We're going to take a quick break and go to commercial at this time, Mr. Cortez, and when we come back, we're going to talk about this Project Alpha and the mentoring program that the men of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity are doing. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Okay, we'll be right back after these messages. I am Bertina Power. This is the Empower Hour, and you are listening to Urban Broadcast Media. All righty.
School, would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble?
Won't be able to have
school?
any behind-the-scenes conversations.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over
Hey,
homework.
that makes sense, and that was a concern I had with people
No,
I
I
used to
need
go,
help.
but I never
He's
tried to
very
get this point
smart, but
to
his
get enough
mind
to
wanders, disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding.
Thank you, Yolanda.
No.
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention
So
issues.
all my alphas that are out there, hey, thanks for joining in. We're gonna talk about your program, and I'm sure if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you're gonna share that with us, maybe right here on Facebook, or give us a call.
Please, have a seat.
We are listening
So
to
here's
the
the thing, when this
commercials.
company brought
You all can hear the
along, we took a
commercials now,
chance.
huh, on
You
Facebook,
didn't have
without
a
logging
four-year
in.
college degree we typically look for,
Right.
but we gave you
All
a
right,
shot
all
anyway.
right.
And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore.
Go to high school, go to college.
wanna hire you.
That's what the program is
You're
called.
serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every
All right.
qualification you typically look for,
Hey,
but they're
Aiden,
exactly
hey,
who your company
Tamiko.
needs.
I won't let
Hey,
you down.
Cam, hey,
Don't
hey,
miss out on a
Kyle.
resource many innovative
What's
companies have
happening?
already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org
Derek,
to learn how to
Yolanda,
find,
trying to
cultivate, and
think
train this great pool of
who
untapped
else?
talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council
My
and
alphas, I didn't get
gradsoflife.org.
a
This is
chance
Shawana
to
Jordan, the owner of
tag
the
you all
Breeze
today.
Professional Women's Basketball
I'll let
Team.
you
This is
know
the shade
that
of Enduring Ink. This is
we were
Career
gonna
Life.
be on.
Chats.
UBM Radio.
All right, all right. Welcome back to Empower Hour. I am Bertina Power, and this is Urban Broadcast Media. And on the phone, I have Mr. Cortez Watkins, the Executive Director. Hello, Mr. Cortez.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So we are here today to talk about this program that once was you said it was originally go to high school, go to college program, started in 1922?
Yeah, so we have a mission program called Go to High School, Go to College. Back in the 1920s, it was established, and recently it's gotten an overhaul because we partnered with the Department of Justice and received grant funding to the tune of about $1 million to mentoring in hard-hit cities across America.
Oh, so you got $1 million to facilitate this program? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we received about $1 million from multiple sites around the country to do mentoring for inner city males across the country. Yeah.
And these young men are ages, what are the ages for this program?
The ages for the program are middle to high school, and so we help develop the youth to go essentially just like the title to go from middle school to high school and from high school to college.
Gotcha.
To post-secondary education.
I see. So going from 6th, 7th, 8th grade, making sure that they leave from there to go to high school, and then those in high school make sure they go from high school on to college.
Exactly.
And the whole program is facilitated by the members of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity?
Yes, ma'am. It's facilitated by Alphas. We have also different community partners that we partner with. My specific program is actually held at Leo Catholic High School in inner city Chicago.
Yes.
And so we meet once or twice a month and do a lot of really awesome things for the students, such as college tours, such as career counseling. We've had just a really great time. But one of the most important things that we also share with the students is that it's also important to give back no matter how much level of success. And so just recently, they completed a community service project actually at Alpha Towers Elderly Home to actually do a holiday party for them.
Oh, wow. So then they meet at Leo High School here in Chicago. Is that the only location that you have for this program currently?
No, it's a lot of locations all over, and we're actually thinking about expanding to some other schools. I know you were talking earlier about our Project Alpha initiative. Our Project Alpha initiative is just one component also of the mentor program where we had a day of workshops and a collaboration with March to help young male students know the importance of relationships and their role and responsibility in our society.
So Project Alpha is go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, so Project Alpha is a sub-program within the mentoring program of go to college, go to high school, go to college. This is a subset. That's for a different group age. Okay, so that's for your high school young men, or is it still the same age?
Yeah, it's still the same age. So, it's still the same age. So, the nice thing about that is that we're able to really touch as many students as possible. We have close to about 250 students from all over the Chicagoland area, and that was actually held at Dunbar High School, Dunbar Vocational High School.
Oh, so he would.
Number the 4th.
Oh, okay. So you know, just to let my producers know that they're not hearing too well on these sites, Mr. Cortez's volume. So maybe if my volume in here can be turned up a little bit, that would be great. But Mr. Watkins, so the goal of the Project Alpha program, when you partner with March of Dimes, which I have been a big supporter of for the last 7 years, as my youngest son received lots of benefits from the March of Dimes, but you were then specifically targeting information around relationship and sexual conduct for these men under the Project Alpha program.
Exactly, yeah. And so we had an entire day where we had some representatives and brothers from Loyola School of Medicine to actually talk about understanding the male anatomy and biology, and also just how to make better informed decisions. In addition to that, we had a legal panel where we talked about consent and the role of responsibility just to have with healthy relationships overall.
Okay, so you had about 250 young men in this program, did I hear you say?
Yeah, we had for the Project Alpha Day. Project Alpha was held on November 4th, 2017.
Okay.
We had about close to 250 students from all of the mentoring programs across the Chicagoland.
So that one is not one that is a monthly. The Project Alpha doesn't happen monthly. This is where you in turn then have one event
Yes.
that everybody comes to or collectively.
Exactly.
Okay. And I failed to mention and remind everybody that today, which is Wednesday, Mr. Watkins, is the day that we celebrate those doing good in the hood, which is why the Project Alpha and the mentoring program Go to High School, Go to College, that is performed by the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, is being acknowledged on today. So congratulations and thank you for what it is that you all do for the young men. And this is not just in Chicago, right? This is...
No, yeah, it's all over actually. So one nice thing about it, the chapter that I'm a part of is Iota Delta Lambda chapter in Chicago.
What was the name of the chapter?
Iota Delta Lambda.
Iota Delta Lambda chapter, okay.
Yes, and we actually started Project Alpha in the 1980s at our chapter, and that became one of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated's national program that is celebrated all over the world, essentially.
Okay, all right, so it was started in 1980 with the Iota Delta Lambda chapter right here in Chicago, and then it went from a local chapter to the whole fraternity across the country.
Exactly.
Because we do have a lot of people that are watching from different states, and I just wanted to try to, when we come back, talk to them about how they can join the program, how to find one that's happening in their city or state if they have a young man that they feel would benefit from being a part of the Project Alpha or the Go to High School, Go to College program that is established. All right, so we'll be right back. It is Wednesday. You're listening to the Empower Hour. I am Bertina Power, and on Wednesdays we do play a little house music because we flip it up as it is hump day for the week. We'll be right back. Don't forget to log in to urbanbroadcastmedia.com if you're having trouble hearing. My friends on Facebook.